Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in for another market outlook by Exness. My name is Andreas Themistokleous, trading specialist here at Exness, and in today's video we are going to be checking on a possible trading idea for the week ahead, the narratives behind it, and which economic data could potentially affect this trade. But before we proceed, let's check on the performance of last week's idea. So the idea was for a buy on S&P 500 with a target around 6,100. This level was not reached, but there is still the chance of achieving this target in the following days. Now for this week, we are looking at dollar-yen pair for a potential buy trade with a target of around 161.5. The price has found sufficient support on the 78.6% of the weekly Fibonacci retracement level, which blocks the price from declining lower than 151.1 in the past couple of weeks. The 50-day moving average is still trading above the 100-day moving average, validating the overall bullish trend, while the stochastic oscillator is in neutral levels, hinting that the short-term direction of the trend has the potential to move to either side. The target for this week at 161.5 is not a random number, since it's the 6-month high achieved in early July. The primary narrative in focus is the strengthening of the US dollar just days before the inauguration of the president-elect Donald Trump. The 10-year Treasury bond yields have reached a yearly high at 4.78%, showing that investors would be quite bullish in moving funds towards the dollar due to the high yields. The stronger dollar is also represented on its index chart, where a steady bullish trend is clearly visible, especially after the election period. Another factor that also supports the buying narrative on the pair is the expectations on higher inflation data coming from the States this week. The figure is broadly anticipated to come out at 2.8% versus the previous 2.7%, but what is important is the NFP figure of last week that came in higher than expected, and therefore the inflation reading of this week might be higher than the expected. If this happens, then there will be more support for the dollar against its pairs, including the Japanese yen. American inflation data, as well as British inflation and GDP, is what investors and traders are paying attention to for this week. So in summary, the trading idea for this week is a buy on dollar-yen with a potential target around the 161.5. The main narrative is the boost on the dollar by the yearly high bond yields, as well as anticipations of higher US inflation reading later this week. The economic data that investors need to pay attention to are the American inflation data, the British inflation, and the GDP. Remember, this is not a signal, it is just an idea for a trade. It's not a guarantee of success. Always do your own research and remember to manage risks.